You don't have to learn the Hebrew language. That's one of the things that scares everybody. I have students do one of two things. They either come right up to me after the first time they hear me teach, and they say, "I'm going to learn Hebrew," and they never do. None of them ever have so far, but because that's a massive undertaking. That's really hard to do, especially if you don't just pack up and move to Israel. If you do that, it'll be a lot easier. But I've got friends that have been there for nearly 20 years that still don't speak a word of it. So you still have to put some effort into it. It's a hard thing to do, but you don't have to do that. The other ones come up and they say, "This is just going to be too hard. I just know it's going to be too hard. You can't teach this old dog new tricks." Well, it's not like you're not learning new tricks. You're doing things that you've done your whole life. You just need someone to point you in the right direction and show you how to use these books properly. And you've got to follow the rules, because there are rules, and it's very important that you follow the rules. Because if you don't break the rules, if you follow the steps and you follow the rules, you will translate it properly, and you will come out of your skin at times. Sometimes you'll think you're a Pentecostal. You'll be up and down shouting and running around the room. You won't want any of your Baptist friends to know. I've said this before. God is not a cheap parlor trick. He's not a magic trick.
Right.
He's not something that you can, if you hold your lip right, he'll do this, and if you say this right, he'll do that, and if you do this. We try to do that. We try to say, "Okay, I gave $100, so he owes me $1,000." Well, no, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Because biblically, to give, you can only give if you don't expect something in return. If you expect something in return, you haven't given. That's why blab it and grab it works for some people and not for others. The money prosperity thing, because if you're giving for the right reasons, you will prosper. But if you're giving for the wrong reasons, you can just forget it. But if you're going through a situation, your life is in a shambles, there's a lot of things that cause that. You've got an enemy who hates you.
Oh, that's right.
And he wants your family, anything that you love, torn apart. And he hates you simply because of who you belong to.
That's right.
You didn't do anything to provoke him. He just hates you that much. And he wants you to fail. He wants you to everything to go wrong. And yes, you can pray to God and you can beg him and you can believe till the cows come home that he's going to heal your marriage and still get a divorce. But getting into the Bible this way, the one thing that you will learn is that no matter what you go through, he'll always be there. And the thing that I've learned from the Bible is that he's not just there, he is face to face with you. When he said, "I've heard the cry of the Egyptians," that Hebrew passage translates out to say that his face is literally touching yours. So when your tears rolled, when they roll down your face, they're rolling down his. You're never going to go through any of this alone unless you don't know he's there. You've got to get the reality. You've got to get a hold of this. He's there, and he is passionately in love with each and every one of us.